guys, so today I'm feeling extra spooky. Things are going our way, the spooky things are coming into stores, the leaves are starting to fall from the trees. It's finally sweater weather. Just generally everything feels spooktacular. So me and Aishling had this idea many moons ago to do our like top 5 favourite Spooky Box Club items, because we've both been getting Spooky Box Club for a very long time now. I started getting Spooky Box Club relatively like early on. I didn't get their first few boxes, but as soon as I like came across them I subscribed, and I've been subscribed since then. So they've definitely like evolved over time. We started off with like little boxes and we went to our purple boxes covered in bats, and this is currently where we're at. This is the most recent box that we've got. Basically me and Aishling thought it'd be quite good to look back at our previous items and pick our 5 favourites, which I said to Aishling, should we pick 10 or should we pick 5? And she said, oh, I think 5. I didn't pick 5. I tell you what, Aishling, 5 was too tricky because there was too many things I wanted to pick. There's always ups and downs to subscription boxes, and I think recently it's quite easy to get critical of the things which we don't find spooky or the things that we don't like within subscription boxes. So let's flip it on its head and show you a few things that we've got in the past which actually have become some of our favourite things. So I've tried to pick things which I use on the daily basis, which I see on the daily basis, which make me feel spooky on the daily basis, which I kind of want to say thank you to Spooky Box Club for being in their boxes, because without the subscription box I wouldn't have these things. So I'm going to start off with something which, contradictory to what I said, isn't my favourite. Right, hang in there with me. So I had to pick this because when I got this I was a bit critical of it. It wasn't like, I was like, this is cool but not that cool, and it's this beach bag. I got it from like the summer box, I think it was, like spooky summer box, a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, 2 years ago. And when I got it I was like, oh, it's okay, I don't think I'll ever use it, and I'm not too sure about the pattern. I mean, I like the bats, but I'm not sure about the pink skulls. I can tell you with all honesty, I use this bag every single day of my life. This bag, I haven't even bothered emptying it, it's like still full of my rubbish. I use this as my like going places bag. I use this bag when I'm going anywhere. Like I don't use it as like a shopping bag or anything like that, but I use it just to like shove clothes in. If I'm going over to someone's house I put stuff in it. I use it to carry boxes in. I just use it all the time, and honestly it is held up so nicely. There is no holes, I've not had to fix it at all. With bags which I use on a daily basis, I quite often have to sort stuff out. In the video I'm pretty sure I wasn't sure whether or not these knots were going to hold up. Yes, they are a bit frayed, but I've never had an issue with it. The straps are super comfy. They have been worn, as you can see, but there's no like actual proper wear in them. The bag was quite like rigid when we got it, but it's now nice and soft where I've used it this whole time. The print has held up super nice. Just everything about this bag, which I think I was worried wouldn't like hold up and work, has just ended up being amazing, and I just love it. It's like the perfect size, it's massive. It's kind of, I call it my Mary Poppins bag, because I can literally fit like so much stuff in here, and then I'm like get to where I need to be and I'm like pulling out everything. I know I've got like a kitchen sink in here somewhere, so I just thought this bag had to be my #1 thing, because it was something that I was relatively critical when we got, but actually I love it and I don't think I could live without this bag. So item #2 is something which I still plan to decorate, and it is this coffin shelf. Now I'm going to try not throw these pens everywhere, but this has like 3 shelves basically, and they sent us this wooden, it's like a proper nice wooden coffin shelf. It's really nicely made. It has a hole at the bottom so you can hang it on the wall. When I got this I fully planned to paint it black and put red velvet in the middle and put little ornaments and things on, and then I stored some pens in it, and since then it has become my pen storer, because as you can see I have a lot of Sharpies. Sharpies are my life, I use them for everything, and this is perfect for holding Sharpies in. So I do actually still plan to paint this black at some point. As you can see, this has just been sat around my room since we got it. It's got like hair dye stains on it, there's pen stains, there's like little scratches in it where I've just been bashing it around. But honestly, I love this. Like, it is perfect. If I ever need to take my Sharpies anywhere, I just pick up my little coffin and take it along with me. And I definitely say this is one of my favourite things, just because when I stood in the middle of my room and I looked around at everything and thought, like, what have I got from Spooky Box Club which I use and wouldn't not live without, but something that I really needed and I didn't realise I needed it, and it was definitely this. Like, this has definitely changed my Sharpie game. I used to have them all in like a little bag and it was so annoying. I could never find the colours I wanted, and this just made it really easy. I think that's the other thing as well with Spooky Box Club stuff. Sometimes you don't actually need it for the purpose that it's given, so you kind of get stuff and you're like, well, I don't really need this, and it's kind of that like thinking outside the box. What else could I use it for? And yes, this is meant to be a shelf, but actually it's the perfect pen holder. Other than the fact I'm not using it for a shelf, I'm so pleased with the quality of it. And when I got it, I thought it was good. It's like chunky wood. It looks like something that you would expect to get an expensive subscription box, and you know what, it's held up so nicely. There's been no cracks. I haven't had to glue it or fix it in any way at all. It is pretty much perfect. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better pen holder even though it's meant to be for a shelf. But yeah, I do still hope to decorate this, but it would even be quite good now to wood burn. Now that I have that option, I could maybe wood burn it, but at the moment it's just the perfect pen holder. Like, I know it's meant for a shelf, but it's in my top 5 for being a perfect pen holder. So the third item I had to put in here, because I actually got this item and I loved it so much, I went straight on Depop and bought someone else's that they didn't want, and it's this makeup bag. I bought a second one because as soon as I started using it as a makeup bag, I suddenly had the fear that I was going to break it, and if it ever braked, I wouldn't be able to live without it. I've actually got like a little Spooky Box Club charm on there as well. But yeah, when I got this, I was like, I don't want to lose it or break it, and if I do, I need a backup. So I have got 2 of these. One of them I use as like a crafting bag, but honestly I think I've used it like 4 times, so it's still really like crisp and new. But I've got it in my cupboard if and when this one does ultimately break, because this is my makeup bag and I take it everywhere and it has all the stuff I ever need in it. It has this gorgeous bat print on it. I absolutely love the print, and again, I remember when I got it, I wasn't too sure about the purple colour. I was like thinking maybe it would have looked better in red, but actually it's really grown on me. Sort of in some respect go with this bag that we got, oddly enough. But honestly, I think maybe this may be my top item that we've ever got from a Spooky Box Club, and definitely when I got it I didn't realise that was going to be the case, but I can tell you now it's like the perfect size makeup bag. Now, I don't wear that much makeup, contrary to much belief. I wear my eye makeup and that is literally it. I can't wear anything on my skin, otherwise I break out in spots. I've got some spots on my forehead where I put a tiny bit of concealer on my forehead and now I've got more spots, so I just avoid it. Basically in here is just like eye makeup stuff, but I also have this, like, I know this is so scabby, I just realised as well I really like this coffin mirror that we got from Spooky Box Club. I think I'm allowed to feature this because like it's part of my makeup bag. We also got this really cute coffin mirror. I did put this little Spooky Box Club bat charm on it just to make it extra spooky. Basically, I got this really skanky mirror. It was from like some like eye box thing which I got for Christmas when I was like 12, and I ripped it off when I was finished with the makeup, but for some reason this mirror is just so handy. Inception, I can see the camera. But yeah, I know this isn't particularly spooky and I could probably paint it and make it look nice, and I know that it's scabby and I know that it looks gross. This is my makeup mirror and there's not many bags which will fit this mirror. It does fit in so perfectly, so I can take it wherever I want to go. Before I had this tiny little purple bag and I had to take the mirror separately and it was a right faff. Other than the mirror, I just have like a shed ton of like basically eyeliner. I don't really know why anyone would ever need this amount of eyeliner. Like, if you can't tell, I do have a bit of an eyeliner problem. I mean, they're not all black, I do have some silver ones too, but basically I have loads of basically eyeliner, things of glitter and mascara, and I do also have some emergency necklaces at the bottom as well. So that is definitely my number 3, is the makeup bag with the sneaky little mirror included, because I'm breaking the rules. So number 4 is like a decorational item. I love like homeware items, and it was quite hard to choose because we've got kind of like homeware items from Spooky Box Club, and there's quite a few like good ones. When they do homeware items, they're normally pretty good. Very close contenders were, God, I'm gonna have to dig everything out. There was this like RIP cushion that we got at some point like many moons ago, and completely like take you down under all of the cushions and toys. We got these like dead tired pillowcases, which as you can see I use every day, and I do super love those. Since we only agreed to pick 5, I decided to pick a pennant. A pennant? Is that what they're called? Pennant. A flag. So I picked this one that says spooky all year round. Actually, the reason I picked this is kind of spooky in itself because this is usually stuck like above my head, like on my bed, and I was literally just getting ready to film. I was just brushing my hair because it's a mess, and this just granted it was held up by like one bit of blue tack left, but it just fell down on my bed, and I was like, if that's not a spooky sign, then I don't know what is. So I picked this one. I do have another one. I'm sorry, I'm moving it around so much. I do have another one right up there on my wall. So I've got this one that says home sweet haunted home, which I do really like. I've also got like one of the original Spooky Box Club business cards, and like a couple of their prints either side of here. Like I've got a ghost one over there and this cat one. So I do really love that pennant flag thing, but I feel more drawn to this one. So I really loved this flag. Again, it is just like a decorational piece. You probably could tie it to something if you really wanted to, but I've had mine stuck above my bed all this time, but I need to restick it now. It is like quite a nice quality. It is like this kind of felt feeling thing, and I think when I got it I was slightly unsure about the fact that it was felt with like a plastic transfer, but it's not something like you wear. Like if you're wearing something, you don't want it to be this material or this kind of a transfer, but for something that's just going up on the wall, it's perfect. It's held up so nicely, and whenever people come into my room, it's like one of the first things people see. Like my room is full, like you guys know that. I don't even have a space for my feet right now. I've just got pumpkins and candle holders everywhere, and I'm going into a slight crisis right now, but can't we just ignore the problems? And this is one of the first things people come in, they're like, spooky all year round. This is something that people always are drawn to. I'm really drawn to it, and since it fell down I felt like it was probably a sign from the ghosts. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, which means I've only got one more item to pick, and I have 3 other items sat here next to me. I think I'm gonna pick my last favourite item, but I will show you the other things that I've got, as these little ghost decorations. I have these dotted around everywhere. You would have probably just saw one on my wall. We got a pack of these, I think, in the Xmas box, and since then I've always wanted more of these little hanging decorations. I thought they were so cute, and they're the whole reason why I have my Halloween Christmas tree, which kind of stays up here all year round. You can actually see like a really blurry bone on there, which is actually one that they also gave us, but I absolutely just, I love these. I love these so much. They came with loads of different designs, but because I'm an awful human being, I decided to pick out 2 of the exact same one, but I've also got them all like above my window and things, because as I said, we got them in the Xmas box, but then I went and bought another pack straight after off their website, and then I think they had a sale and I bought a 3rd pack. So I've got like 3 lots of these like all over the place, but there's bats in there and there was ghosts in there, but I love ghosts. I think this is the year of the ghost. I'm definitely gonna say that 2018 is the year of the ghost, and this year I'm looking for ghosts. Anything with ghosts, I want it. These are kind of rekindling that need of ghosts. So there's ones with loads of different faces. Fortunately, I'm not going to take them down because it just took me so long to put them up there. But they just had all these different facial expressions. I think they are so cute. I will take you back over here. I'm so sorry to move you again. But can you see, like, right there's like another one with like a ooh face, and you've also got these ones which are like more happy faces. I honestly think these are probably like relatively cheap items for Spooky Box Club to make, because they are just literally like the same thing cut out of like acrylic, and it is like sparkly acrylic as well and plain on the other side, but they're so effective and I just love them so much. This is one of the reasons why I love and have stayed subscribed to Spooky Box Club, because I'm just always forever hoping that they'll bring out some more little ghost decorations like these, because they're so high quality, they're so nice, and they just make anything look spooky whenever you hang it on there. So those were my 5 like all-time favourite things, but I had some very other close contenders which I will just quickly show you. I promise it will be very quick. I also couldn't choose between the 2 notebooks that we've recently got. I love these notebooks so much. We've obviously got our coffin one, and this is just like a thing that Spooky Box Club also sent to us. But we've had like our coffin notebook, and then we also have had the spiderweb one. This is like one of my favourites. I absolutely love this. The only reason why I didn't put it in my top 5 is, oh, got a little postcard for the Midnight Crafter in there. The only reason I didn't put it in there is basically I haven't used it. I haven't written in either of these. I think that's because they're too gorgeous. I don't want to ruin them. I don't want to write in them and make a spelling mistake. I just like looking at them. They sit on my desk all the time and I just stare at them because I love them. They're such high quality. Like, look how thick this one is. They are so nice. And they were very close to my top favourites, but they just didn't get there because I haven't actually used them. I just look at them. I think finally this is just like because it's slight throwback. These are kind of because this made me subscribe to them. I bought these like off people who had got a Spooky Box Club before. I asked if I could buy them because I think especially the bat one I think was from one of their very first boxes. I may be wrong. But basically I bought these secondhand, or secondhand, like they were new but someone didn't want them. And they're like these little things. They're meant to go on your phone. So there was one with this little ghosty on, which was on a blue string, but it's like fallen off and broken. I've like reattached. And then this little bat one. There are also some other like charms on there. Honestly, like the Spooky Box Club charms, I don't have them on like a bracelet, but they are like honestly just like dotted around my whole life. But yeah, they're not my favourite thing in the world, but I definitely feel a very like sentimental feeling towards these, especially the ghost one. This poor guy's been through a lot, as you can see. He used to be bright white, but he's still smiling. He's still feeling spooky. That makes me feel spooky. So those are my 5 top Spooky Box Club items. I will leave a link down below to my Spooky Box Club playlist. We do get them relatively like on a monthly basis. I think something that does put a lot of people off is there are a lot of people who say the waiting time is too long, because if you subscribe, I believe, like do not quote me on this, that it can take like 4-5 months for you to actually get your box after you pay for it. Please don't quote me on that. But I think that's around the time when I first signed up for Spooky Box Club. I think it took a couple of months for it to come, but obviously they've grown so much since then. It's not like feasible for them to be able to take a payment and send out the box so quickly because a lot of things are custom made. So something I did want to say for people who are slightly put off, I think there may be like, I think there's obviously a mixture of reasons why people may be apprehensive to subscribing, but like I definitely say like a big factor I think is people just don't want to wait. Not being paid to tell you this, Spooky Box Club doesn't even know who I am. I can honestly tell you from someone who's been subscribed for years, you kind of get into this funk, and I'm sure Aishling O'Neill will tell you the exact same thing, where the 13th of the month rolls by and you just pay them. You don't even really look, well you look at the theme but you don't really remember what order the themes come, and you just know that you're paying once a month and you're pretty much on average getting a box each month. So once you, I think the problem is once you've got past that initial like waiting stage, then you're like paid up, like you're prepaid all the time, so you're never like waiting too long for a box because there's always one that you've effectively been waiting for like 4 months ish. So I just wanted to add that, like if you are apprehensive because you don't want to do the wait, just start paying out, like start paying for the months. And I know that you'll probably end up paying 4 lots of the money without getting any boxes, but then you'll start getting the boxes and it'll become like a monthly thing. And also there's that benefit of when you have to unsubscribe, when you can't afford it anymore, you're still gonna get boxes for the next 4 months. Like I still think that's a great like thing. They don't just terminate it when you terminate paying, like they carry on sending you the boxes that you've effectively paid for. Anyway, that was a right old speech, but I thought you guys may enjoy a little step back in time. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I definitely 100% recommend going out and checking Aishling O'Neill's video. I will leave links down to her channel and her video below so that you can see what 5 things she picked. I'm very curious to see if we've picked any of the same items. I think there's definitely some things which are standout amazing items across like everyone's tastes. But yeah, it's really nice to kind of actually look back and think of the things we've actually got. It's very easy to get a box and do what I do and leave it on the floor still full of stuff. I think it's quite nice for us to actually have stepped back and reflected on like the positives of Spooky Box Club and some of the amazingly spooky things that we have got. So as I said, this was a collab with Aishling O'Neill, so I will leave all her information down below. Please go check her out. She's absolutely gorgeous and so lovely. If you're here because you love honest reviews, you will love her too, because she is absolutely brutally honest about the items which she gets, not only with Spooky Box Club but with everything, and she's just equally as spooky as I am. And finally, if you get Spooky Box Club, or if you've been watching my Spooky Box Club videos, what was your favourite item which you've got in the Spooky Box Club? Please do leave it down in the comments, because I'm very intrigued to see what you guys also liked. So thank you very much for watching. If you do have any questions or comments, please do leave them down below. If it's anywhere you are, I hope you're enjoying the shade, and I'll see you next time. Bye!